When my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer about 20 years ago, when she was in her 50s, that's when I faced my own mortality. I was in my 30s and it was a crazy experience for me. I really saw death in her suffering. Of course, my mother was fine. In those days, the protocols were a little different. She had a full mastectomy, and then she never had to have any treatment after that except 5 years of tamoxifen. Thanks to a very vigilant gynecologist, I did a mammogram test every year after that, because we were in a high risk category. When I was diagnosed myself with breast cancer, yes, initially there was a shock when it happened, and the first response was, it can't be true, it can't be happening to me. But soon after that, a kind of survival instinct kicked in, and I had to go through the procedures, which went off reasonably well. The thing is that I found, very strangely, that I had to be braver for the people around me than I had to be for myself. In myself, I knew that I had to fight this. But of course, it's always not the same experience for everyone. We all go through these feelings of fear, of a vague fog that descends over you because you don't know what's happening to you and what the future will be. But one thing I did learn from this, so there are a couple of lessons I did learn from this, which remain with me to this day. The first is to make sure that you take every precaution possible in terms of modern medicine. Do your tests if you're in a risk category, be vigilant about it, do them regularly. But you also don't need to go overboard in your reaction to what's happening to you. A lot of the advice that you get needs to be sifted through very carefully, because people are often well-meaning, but that advice can be dangerous and counterproductive. And there are times when it will raise your hopes when there is no hope to be raised at all. So the people around you need to be careful as well. So if you are with a cancer survivor or a patient, please be careful and sensitive to what they are going through, and don't bombard them with nonsense that you yourself have not verified. People may get upset because I'm calling it nonsense, but very often that's what it is. It's bad advice, well-meaning bad advice. But one thing which I have realized also is, the minute you get cancer, you become part of a community, and it's a community that's always helpful. You can reach out to people who have gone through similar experiences, because people who have not will not understand. For instance, I had to have radiation therapy and the burns were quite terrible. Doctors themselves told me that we have not gone through what you are going through. So this is what our patients have told us. You can try it out and see how it works for you. But you speak to other women who have had similar experiences. In my case, that's what I did, because it was breast cancer. And I got excellent forms of treatment and advice that I could use and apply to myself. And I have tried over the past 8 years since my diagnosis and my treatment to help as many people as I can as possible, to take them through my experience without undermining their own, so that they can gain whatever they can from my experience. And to me, that has been an extremely fulfilling process. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to get like-minded people together and we can start some sort of a community initiative where you can help people around us, because in a country like India, with the great poverty and the lack of medical facilities around us, we need those of us who can do it, who can afford to do it, need to help everybody around us. But there's one thing that it remains with you all the while. Every time I go to do my annual mammogram and my ultrasound, there is that fear in me that time is coming. It's February, March, I have to do it. What will happen? What will the result say? And I suppose that's a way of nature reminding us. In a sense, we come back to our own mortality, and that's what it means. So for World Cancer Awareness Day, I think that awareness is vital above all things. To know what's happening, to know that everything may not go your way, but to try your hardest to make everything best for yourself and those around you.